Okay, hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about inflation and how you can hedge against it. So these are some of the items that I purchased through the years on Amazon. And I also purchased items like this in other places as well. And generally, the price of everything has been going up over the years. So I'll explain it. This is toothpaste that I purchased on January 5th, 2011 on Amazon. And the cost of this is $19.57 for 6 pieces at 6 ounces per tube. So that translates to 54.3 cents per ounce. And this is the same item today on March 4th, 2021, which is today's date. So the cost of this item is $12.90 for 2 pack of 5.5 ounce. So this is smaller than what it was compared to 10 years ago almost. So you get less, and this actually costs more. So the cost of this per unit is $1.17 per ounce, and this is 54.3 cents an ounce. So this costs this is 53.5% more today than it was compared to 10 years ago. So that's just general. That's just one example. You could compare many different items and have an index of that. So I'm gonna talk about another item. This is a Logitech K120 keyboard, which I purchased on January 4th, 2013 at $9.93. And this is the same keyboard, a Logitech K120 USB standard keyboard. And right now it's $22.49. So it costs 55.8% more today than it did 8 years ago. And this is latex gloves that I use. And same brand. About 9 years ago, not exactly 9 years ago, because it was December 2012. Today is March 4th, right? So not quite 9 years. It'd be more like 8 years or something. So 8 years ago, and some months, this cost $8.80 back in December 29th, 2012. And today it costs, it's the same amount of gloves, 100 per box. It's $24.94. So it went up 64.7. It's at 64.7% more today than it was 8 years ago. So you can see the price of everything has gone up over the years, and this is a fact, right? You have inflation every year for various reasons. The population does increase every year, and if the population increases, then the demand for the same goods go up, and when the demand goes up, the supply goes down, and the price goes up, right? So that's how it basically works, supply and demand. So let's go to the next slide. So these are some investments and items and commodities that I'm comparing with how much it was and how much it is now. And this is a price index, or the index for each item. And this is it's called delta percentage, so a change in percentage from the initial year to the final year, which is present day. and the number of times that it has increased. So let's start with the Dow Jones. In 2012, it was 12,966.44 back in 2012, right? So today, it's 31. The index is 31,251.51. So it's 58.5% increase change from 2012. So that's 2.41 times more than it was in 2012. And it kind of like correlates to the price of goods as well. So this is 53.5% more. This is 58.5% more. So even if you, so it kind of like correlates to inflation, the Dow Jones index. So in a way, let's see how many times it was more for this item. So let's see. So it's this one is 2.15 times more today than it was 10 years ago for that. So that, and this is 2.41 times more. So it's near, it's almost close to that, right? So you have the price of gold in April 30th, 2012. It was $1,662.50 per ounce. Today it's $1,729 an ounce. That's about 3.8% in the past 9 years. That's not very good. That's pretty crappy. It really hasn't kept up with inflation. Gold has not in the past 9 years kept up with inflation. It did not. And silver was 2012, it was $31.15 per ounce. And today it is $26.50 per ounce. And this is the actual price. These are the actual prices. And any idiot or troll that comes on this video and says, well, it isn't. Well, it is. You can check it on the internet. You can check it. You can check the prices on silverprice.org and sites like APMEX, and it has gone down 14.9%, and it has gone down negative 1.18 times. So it really hasn't. This is actually worse than inflation, right? You haven't kept up with inflation. You've actually lost money. And California real estate, or real estate in the West Coast, in 2012 you could buy an average house for $280,000 in California, and the real estate price today in California, or the West Coast of the United States, is $624,997, about 55.2 times percent change in the up. So it's 2.23 times more than it was in 2012. And this also correlates to the price of general inflation. So with general inflation of commodities and goods and services, this real estate price has kept up with inflation, right? And Bitcoin was, in August 18, 2012, it was $10.50 per Bitcoin. So today, price of Bitcoin is $49,600 per Bitcoin. That's an increase of 99.978% from what it was in August of 2012. So that's a 4,723.81 times increase. So if you bought like maybe about 30 Bitcoin back in 2012, you would have more than $1 million. You'd have $1.48 million today. So this is very good, but who knows anything about this? I mean, this is just speculative asset. But If you would have known about it, you'd be a millionaire right now. Just saying. And this has gone up the most in terms of anything here. And a box of 9mm, 2012, $11 a box. Today it's $35 a box, so that's 68.56% increase, or 3.18 times. So the price of goods have gone up generally over the years, and if you don't keep up with inflation, then you're losing money every year. That's what I'm saying, basically. So the best hedges against inflation, the best assets against inflation. Bitcoin was the best. Dow Jones was the next best, and real estate and was also the next best investment. So I guess generally real estate all over the country has gone up, probably in the east and the west coast more so than other parts of the country, because in certain parts of the country, like in the inland states, the price of real estate has not gone up much. It really depends on where you live, but in the coastal states, real estate does go up a lot because so many people live in those states. So even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still hedge against inflation in many different ways. You could buy extra provisions like toothpaste, soap, laundry detergent, canned goods, extra things that you use every day. The price of goods will continue to go up as the population increases and more money is printed into circulation. So yes, this is always going to be the case unless there's like a apocalypse or something. And if there's an apocalypse, the price of every daily consumer goods will go up even more. So population is not going to stop increasing. We're going to have these environmental problems due to global warming, like whether you're going to have in different parts of the country, in places that were cold, they may get hot, and in parts of the country that was warm is going to get very cold, and that's going to cause like problems, right? So disruptions in like the distribution of goods, the production of goods, because if the weather changes, they may not be able to grow as many crops. As a result, the price of food will go up and stuff like that. But when I mean food, I'm not talking about buying like food that somebody already made, or perishable stuff. I'm talking about food that would like last a long time. Like, let's say you bought some rice and then you put it into a container or something, or flour or something, and you put that into a container. Stuff like that would last a long time, Or like if you bought canned fish or whatever, or canned meat or canned chicken or whatever, that stuff will pretty much last a long time. Canned goods, that's like, it is perishable, but definitely does last longer than buying a steak or something, which is perishable. You have to eat it within a certain amount of time. So basically, yes, you can hedge against it. If you have some extra money, next time you go to the grocery store or something, you could buy one extra toothpaste or something, or if you buy soap, you could buy a couple packs more, because the price of everything does go up every year, and you do have to kind of like take that into consideration. Because when I go shopping, like anywhere, whether that be like Costco, Walmart, buying stuff on Amazon or whatever, I just order stuff by bulk. So if I want to buy toothpaste or whatever, my favorite type of toothpaste, I like Tom's of Maine. At one time I order maybe 20 to 30 pieces, and I don't have to order for like couple of years or something. Or if I like this, if I could buy laundry detergent, sometimes when you go to Costco, they have sales. If they have sales, I just pick up an extra one, you know. Pick up 2 packs of Tide or something. Or if I buy soap, you know, I usually just buy the whole case, and I don't have to go back to the supermarket like so often, you know, to buy that. So basically, you're saving money on fuel because you don't have to go to the supermarket more, and you're saving money on inflation, against inflation, because you ordered in bulk. So next year, the price of that good is going to go up, and every year the price of that is going to go up. So that's what you could do to kind of like hedge against inflation if you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, to invest. But if you do have a lot of money, I'm not a financial advisor or anything, so you could just take this with a grain of salt. What I've been doing, I've been buying stocks and stuff like that. You know, I do invest in the stock market. I don't put all my money in there, so let's say I take a percentage of my earnings or income, let's say like 5 to 10%, and then I put it into the stock market. That's what I do, like every month, and so far that's been working out for me. And I also did buy some gold and silver, and that didn't pan out for me. That was probably the worst investment that I ever made. You know, buying gold and silver. That was probably the crappiest. But buying stocks was probably a good investment for me. I mean, it actually paid off, because some stocks went up more than 2.41 times. You know, some stocks went up as much as 10 times. You know, 15 times, 20 times. This is just the Dow Jones index, so stocks could have gone up more than this. So yeah, this actually does pay off, because all the inflation is going to the stock market. Basically, it's going to the top. So anyways, thanks for watching. By Ace 1000 KS 1975 signing out.